All right. Hello, hello. Good afternoon. It's Monica from Life is Art, and this is the Friday 3:30 p.m. demo at the Epic 90s birthday celebration online crop, and I'm just getting myself here. Oh, look, I've even almost got my camera in the right place. I'm just going to shift this up instead of moving the camera. And we are going to be doing a little bit of creating using the featured collection for the month of January. If you're joining me live, just say hello or howdy so I know you're here. I see Heather is here. Hello, Heather. And Deborah is here too. And my mom. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, everyone. And I'm just going to watch my video for half a second to make sure that we stay focused when we get started. Okay, so we are looking at the featured collection for the month of January, which is Let's Party New Year. Happy New Year. And we're thinking about all those birthdays that are coming up this year, or maybe birthdays that were from last year, all the scrapbooking pages we can do, and also all the card making we can do, because probably other than Christmas, birthdays are one of those things that we make cards for more often. And so today we're actually going to be making a couple of cards, and I want to show you a couple of cards that can be quickly made using just the paper pack and sticker sheet, with the exception of one little tiny piece of cardstock, and also the card bases. So just with the paper pack and sticker sheet, because sometimes you look through the catalog and you say, yeah, I like it, but I don't know if I need all the things. Maybe I just need a little taste of a collection. We used to have the Picture My Life cards, and I used to say that that was a good way to get a little taste of a collection. We don't have those anymore. We do have the digital SVGs that people can use on their cutting machines and things like that. But if you want to get a nice little taste of a collection, the paper pack and sticker sheet mixed in with whatever cardstocks you have on hand is a nice way to do that. So I want to show you today making a couple very quick, very simple designs for cards just using the paper and stickers and card bases. Hey, Allison, nice to see you're watching as well. And so the first card that we're going to make is a standard size card, and we're going to create it on the vertical. So I'm using my value pack cards and envelopes, and when you get these, they come pre-scored. And so there's a bump side and a dip side to the score line, and you always want to fold with your bump side to the inside. I know a few of you have said that you now have my voice in your head when you go to fold things that are scored, saying bump side to the inside. So we're going to create this on the vertical. Now I should mention that I did not come up with these designs. These are designs that were given to the Close to My Heart makers who participated in the catalog launch that was specifically for makers. You have to sign up for those and, purchase the bundles and all that jazz. And so then we get these patterns and things that we can share with all of you. And I thought this one was a really fun one because we're going to create two cards, and they're going to be super quick and easy and beautiful. And there's no stamping. There's no extra bling required, nothing. So let's get started. For this first one, we're going to take a piece of pattern paper that is 2.5 inches by 5 1/4. And so I've got this lovely, this always looks almost like a disco floor to me, where you get the lit floors with all the fun colors. And so we're going to add that onto our page. The back side is the beautiful confetti, so of course you could mix it up and use confetti. Now these cards are sort of like step one cards, where I would say you could jazz it up. You could ink your edges. You could put a piece of colored cardstock on the front of your card before we started, so that it's not just a plain white card. You could add glitter paper, shimmer trim. You could have bling. You could do any number of things, but we can also create fabulous cards just with what comes in our paper pack and sticker sheet. So then the next thing we've got is we've got a zip strip, and this is that lovely black and white dot, and we're going to add some adhesive on the back of that. This has been cut to 4¼ inches, so it's going to go right from side to side, and zip strips are always 1/2 inch. So even if you don't have this particular paper pack and sticker sheet, you could use this pattern with any number of papers, and it's nice to have some quick and easy patterns that you can just kind of pull out and use whenever you want to. So I'm going to stick this down about 1/2 inch from the bottom of my card. I'm using my Versamat to help me with that measurement. There we go. And then I'm also bringing in, hard to pick up, a 1/4 inch strip of the coordinating Bluebird cardstock. And I always find, I forgot to grab it ahead of time, that using liquid glue on a 1/4 inch strip works the best for me. And I just run a bead of glue right next to where I placed the first piece of paper, just like that. And then I can go ahead and stick my cardstock right into it. Easy peasy. No muss, no fuss. Just stick it right on down. There we go. And then we have our gorgeous sticker sheet. And the sticker sheet is really what kind of brings this all together and allows us to create these beautiful cards. And let me just, my laptop turned off for a second. So I'm just going to refresh and get ourselves back in the game here. And there we go. So on the sticker sheet, we have an amazing assortment of stickers and some sentiments. And so for this particular card, we're going to use this big sticker that says, "I could celebrate you every day." Now, given the pattern papers, given the sentiment, this does not have to be a birthday card. I'm kind of saying it's a birthday card, but it could be an anniversary. It could be anything you want. And so, actually, I want to use the regular size. I'm going to grab some foam tape here. It's way over on the other side of my desk. Bear with me 1 second while I grab some foam tape. There we go. And I'll set that there and hope that it doesn't fall. What are the odds? So I've got just my regular 3D foam tape, and I'm going to add some foam tape to the back of this. It's already got a nice little border around it, so it doesn't need any extra cardstock or anything. It's got that nice little stripy border, but I'm going to pop it up with a little bit of foam tape just to make it stand out from the card a bit. I'm going to put a couple more little bits. And then, because this is a sticker, if we took this and put it on our card, and then it goes through the mail and gets a little bit pressed in on either sides, all that sticker would try to stick to our card, and then it would look weird and lumpy and bumpy. But if we take our anti-static pouch and we just sort of pounce all over that sticker and transfer some of that starchy goodness from the anti-static pouch to the surface, we will de-stickify our sticker, and then you can hear the sound has changed. It was sticking really, really hard. Now listen. There's nothing sticking in that area. So just a little bit more over here, and we're good to go. Now your fingers do get a little dusty. There we go. Rub them off on your pants. And then we can take the backings off of our sticker foam pieces. And now, because we've de-stickified this, we don't have to worry. Now, a lot of people will use things like baby powder and that kind of stuff to do the same process. I don't like using baby powder because I don't like anything with a fragrance, and it bothers me. And they say baby powder is not that great for you to begin with. They don't recommend it really for babies anymore. So I wouldn't use it on my cards or layouts. And this is kind of guaranteed that it's not going to damage anything. because it's sold for the purpose of using when you're paper crafting. So that's something to keep in mind. Now I'm going to also grab our sticker sheet and come in with a couple of hearts. So we've got this lovely pink heart here, and we've got this red stripey heart, which is going to kind of mirror those lovely red stripes on our border. So let's stick this one down here for nice embellishment, and then let's even grab some thin foam tape and add a little bit of thin foam tape to our heart. There we go. And another piece like so. And if we want, we can de-stickify this sticker too. It's not quite as important on this one because a lot of it's being covered up by the foam tape. But you can see how quickly we can put together a beautiful card just using our paper and our stickers. When you've got a sticker sheet that has so many options on it, it really makes it super quick and easy. Now, as I said before, I could level this up. I could do some inking. I could do some splattering with some shimmer brush. I could add in a little strip of glitter or shimmer trim. I could add some other bling, some sequins, or some clear sparkles, anything that I so desired. But that is kind of our quick and easy base card. Now we're going to move on to the second one. We'll bring that one back at the end to remind us what we made. We've got our same standard size card base, and these are sold in a value pack. You get, I think it's 50 cards and envelopes in a pack. And quite often you can even get them during our flash sales and things like that. Now this card is going to be created on the horizontal, just for a little switch up, a little changeroo. And we've got 3 pieces of pattern paper that are cut to kind of different sizes here. I've got 2 that are the same, 1 that's different. And this first one, I think we're actually going to use the back side of that. Yes, I've got them kind of here, hither and thither. So the larger of these 3 is 2.5 inches by 3.5, and these 2 are 2 inches by 3 inches. So they're a little bit smaller. And I want to dovetail these. So I'm just going to snip in the center, about that far in. What would that be? 1/4 of an inch in. And then I'm going to come from this left side and snip to the top of that snip. And then I'm going to come from the right side to the top of that snip, just like that. Now, because these 2 pieces of paper are the same size, I'm going to lay one on top of the other so that we have a little bit of matchy-matchy going on. And I'm just going to do it for the snip in the center. So there's our center snip. And then we can go ahead and come in from this side and from the right side. Just be confident when you're doing that. One straight snip, and that gives you the best looking dovetail. And then for this other one here, we can use our little one as an example, just to line it up and kind of center it, and that will kind of give us, oops, I want to line it up at the bottom. It will kind of give us the same depth of a dovetail. So I'm just centering it at the bottom, and then we can give ourselves a little snip. And that will give us about 1/4 of an inch, 1 snip across. Even if you have to open and close your scissors, you should try to do it in a straight line. Just shoo, head for the top of that snip. And there we go. So we've got our 3 nicely dovetailed pieces. And then we're going to bring in a zip strip as well. And this is from one of the pages. It has lovely swags and banners going across it. Very festive. We're going to stick that on first. And I'm going to try and keep my adhesive on the top side of this. This is a 1/2 inch size of zip strip. And I'm actually going to turn my card too, because I need to be able to see that top edge. I'm going to line myself up with the top edge of the card all the way across. And because I only put my glue on the top edge, that allows me to be able to kind of tuck these under a little bit. So I'm going to add some adhesive, not all the way to the bottom, but just on those top, the top edge and sort of halfway down. I don't mind, especially on a card, if there's a little bit of lift when there's banners, because that just makes it look good. Now, if I want to make sure that this ends up in the center, I'm going to use my Versamat to help me with this. So this is a 5.5-inch wide card. And so half of 5.5 is 2 3/4. So we have to come 2 3/4 from the center 6-inch point. Line it up there. And then this is 2.5. So we need to be 1 1/4 inch in from the edge. And then we can just wiggle our way under there, just a smidge, just a hair, like that. And stick it down, like so. There's our center one. And now we can just stick our other ones in, and they're going to be in maybe an 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch from the edge of our card. So adding our adhesive. That confetti is a really fun pattern, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to come about 1/4 of an inch in from the edge, so I can use my Versamat for that. Line it up on any line, kind of swizzle it under the bit there, our little zip strip, and stick it down. Because this is a pattern that has straight lines on it, it really helps to make sure that you're straight. That definitely helps. We're going to turn it around the other way now to add this last piece. So these are also great card patterns when you're looking at the last little bits of scraps of your pattern paper. And, you know, there's just a piece of this and a little piece of that. And you can make some little banner pieces and stick them on. So let's tuck this one under, again, about 1/4 of an inch in from the edge. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Let's go. Of course, I'm using my left hand. It doesn't want to tuck. We're going to turn it this way. We're going to tuck this way. There we go. 1/4 of an inch in. Stick it down. Lovely. And I like how those center points hang down a little bit like that. And then from our sticker sheet, we've got another lovely sentiment that works very well for a card, which is this one that says, "Happy birthday to you and many more." And I like the scale of this against those other ones that are on the page. Hey, Katie, nice to see you're watching. And Lynn's here too. You're making barbecue ribs. Yum, yum, yum. Katie, glad you caught me live. Hooray. Sometimes it's hard with this whole YouTube thing going on. So this piece, we're going to add it in, just kind of overlapping onto our banner up here and a little bit over into the center. So it's just kind of on top, but I think I actually want to add that with some foam tape, just to give it a bit of space from the base layer of patterns. So let's add some foam tape to it. This is the regular foam tape, which is the full thickness. There we go. And then we can do our same anti-static pouch. Now, some people, when they don't like to get the dust all over their fingers, actually put a little binder clip on this so they can hold on to the binder clip when they're doing this. I never remember to do that. I think I even have one somewhere stuck to something in my craft room, but I never think to do that. So I just deal with the little bits of dusty goodness on my fingers. All I do is just rub it on my pants. Probably by the time I leave my craft room, my family wonders what in the world I've been doing in my craft room, because I've, you know, got stuff all over me. But it's just dust. It'll come off. There we go. So we're going to line this up. I'm going to have to turn here so I can see what I'm doing. We're going to come over a little bit so it's overlapping in towards the center. And then just layer that on there, and that little bit of lift from the foam tape really helps to bring that away from all the background patterns. There is that nice little bit of pattern on here, but because it has that bluebird in the background, that also gives you a little buffer from what's going on. And so from our sticker sheet again, we're going to grab this nice big green confetti heart, and we're going to layer this up with some foam tape. Maybe this time we'll use the thinner stuff. And I only have the narrow. I've used up all of my wide thin foam tape. Does that make sense? Wide, thin. It's because the thinness has to do with how deep it is as opposed to how wide it is. Weird, eh? There we go. Stick a few more little bits on there like that. And then again, they're a little anti-static. So we're kind of making our stickers into die cuts, little ephemera. Back in the day, before we used the anti-static pouch, I would just stick them on a piece of cardstock, like white cardstock, and then fussy cut around them. And I still do that sometimes. I especially do that if I'm trying to matte a sticker and have a separate color around it, which is kind of a cool effect. And so let's stick this on right centered on that nice little banner there like that. And that is our second card completed. Again, you could amp this up a little bit. You could add some glitter, some shine, but I wanted to show you these quick and simple card patterns that you can use to create cards just using the paper pack and sticker sheet. And when you have stickers that have lovely sentiments, nice little framed images like this, it really does make it super simple. So we started out with our plain white daisy cardstock. We added in some pattern paper, zip strip, and this is the only departure, was that thin little strip of the bluebird cardstock. We could have skipped that and used something else, adding in our heart stickers, layering up with a bit of thin foam tape, and our sentiment with some thick foam tape. Again, over here, we took those banners and dovetailed them, adding a zip strip across the top, and then this dovetailed banner to go on top, and also the little heart. Just a nice little bit of embellishment. And this one is definitely for a birthday, but this card can work for a different occasion. It doesn't have to be a birthday, which is really nice to have some versatility when you are creating with a kit or a paper pack and sticker sheet. Now, if you were thinking of doing a slim line, this one here that has this big dovetailed banner that says make a birthday wish, that would definitely look lovely on a slim line or a standard size card. It would, just barely fit. So I think a slim line would be better. You could decorate with some of the circles, maybe this little present on top. You could even add some of these border strips down here at the bottom that are not only striped, but they're also scalloped, which is super fun. And they're just stick them on. We've also got the flags and banners, all sorts of fun icons and things. And I think you could probably get quite a few cards just with this paper and sticker sheet. This would look lovely. Here's to you would also be a nice sentiment on a card. You could even use the party time or let's eat cake along with this cake sticker or the cupcake. Lots of different options to create some cards. So sometimes people look at the sticker sheets and they go, I'll use a few on my scrapbook page, but I don't know what to do with the rest. And there's some helpful little tips on what you can do. So I hope you enjoyed that demo showing you the paper pack and sticker sheet from the Let's Party collection. And we will see you again soon. We have Chat and Craft this evening beginning at 7 o'clock. See you then. Toodaloo. Bye.